Well, August is dedicated to Women's Month, and we continue to pay tribute to sportswomen in South Africa. To help celebrate Imbokodo, we're joined by South African hand cycling champion Palesa Manaleng. Palesa, thank you very much for taking time to chat to us. Now, back in 2014, you suffered quite a devastating cycling accident. Talk to me about how you made the transition from cycling to hand cycling at a time when, one would expect you to almost wallow in self-pity after going through that.
Thanks for having me, Nandi. Well, I think for me, to be honest, it was an easy decision. I mean, I was cycling already, and once I saw that I could hand cycle, I just took it up. I mean, the legs weren't working, but the arms were still working, and I just still wanted to become a national champion. I still wanted to represent South Africa. And once the sponsors gave me the hand cycle, I was just like, why not do it?
What was the process like? Did you have to contact federations in order for them to give you a chance to try it out?
Oh, yes. When I was in hospital, I had to first find out, which organizations are catered for hand cycling, which universities. I had to Google, I had to write emails, I had to call, only to find out that a lot of universities don't cater for hand cycling. So, and also, no one can give you a hand cycle. So I had to write to 947 and Harvard Sports Promotions, who said, okay, we'll give you the hand cycle, and for that year, we'll help you go train. But that's as much as we can do for you. The rest you have to figure it out for yourself. And I didn't have a coach. I didn't have a trainer. And then I went to UG and said, I've got a hand cycle, but I need to train. And they're like, okay, we'll give you the gym, but we don't have cycling at the university. So you can train here, but also you must figure out the coach issue for yourself. And it was just up and down. I took part in like 23 cycling races, with the lowest being 23 kilometers and the longest being 111 kilometers, which was the dome-to-dome in that year alone. And I also took part in a World Cup 5 months after I came out of hospital. And it was just a lot of things happening that year that I had to try to figure out for myself. Yeah.
I'm getting goosebumps just listening to your story. And you're quite the sporty person, Palesa. I know that you've got a nickname, which is DJ,
yes.
And it goes back to your football days. You used to play a little bit of football. How important has sport been in terms of just giving you that mental strength that you need?
Sports has been very, very important for me. I had a lot of issues growing up, temper, I was always in trouble, I was always in fights, but sports always brought me back, always centered me. I struggled academic, that word. But I always excelled in sports. So for me, sports centered me, and it helped me through a lot of things in life, and also gave me the opportunity to get a sports scholarship, which I have right now at UJ, where I can study and play sports. And it's given me the opportunity to travel South Africa and travel outside of South Africa and to represent the country and to be me. So sports for me is very important, and also it builds character, and it teaches leadership skills, and it teaches you to work within teams.
Yeah, well, like you were saying that, sports has played a very important role in the leadership and that kind of thing. Now, you spoke a bit about, the opportunity to travel. I know you had big plans to get to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, but then COVID kind of had the final say. You've missed 2 World Cups and a World Championship, I believe. How did you deal with that? And do you still have those ambitions of now getting to 2021 Tokyo Paralympics?
Definitely. Look, I still want to go to the Paralympics, and not just go to the Paralympics, but come back with medals. That is still my goal. COVID-19 just messed up everything for me. I mean, I had to go through a whole emotional journey. I was preparing to go in May. I was supposed to be in Italy. Then I was supposed to for a World Cup. Then I was supposed to go to Belgium for World Championships. Then I was supposed to go to the Netherlands for, and I was raising funds, and I just started working with the non-SA to get a sponsorship. It was, things were coming together finally for me. And then COVID was like, are we happy? And it just messed it up for me, and that just broke my heart. The first 2 weeks of lockdown, I just didn't want to train, I didn't want to do anything. I was like, what's the point? Why am I doing this? Then after that, I had to remind myself that, look, you've always wanted to represent the country. These are your dreams, and you're just not going to let one step back hold you back. You've already gone through an accident, and this is just one other speed bump that you need to go over. And now I'm getting back into my training, into my groove, still studying. I had to write my exams during lockdown, which was a mess, but luckily I came out with 2 distinctions. So
look at that. You see, you keep proving that you just thrive during challenges. And you mentioned your schooling quite a bit. How important is it to have that backup plan and have some academic background, just in case the sport doesn't always work out the way you want it to?
It's extremely, extremely important. You have to study. You need to get your matric. You need to go to university. You get a trade. You have to, because you never know. I mean, look at me. I had a cycling accident as an able-bodied person, and I'm now paracycling. You know, it's not guaranteed that after if you have an accident or an injury or something, you'll automatically get into parasport. You know, so at least have something that you can fall back on. My mother used to always say that, "Yaskolong, go study." I didn't understand that growing up. Like, this woman doesn't want me to be great. Always tell me to go to school, matriculate. You know, want me to, become a great hockey player, because I played hockey and soccer. But now as an adult, I understand why she said. Also because as a female athlete, we don't get paid the same amount as men get paid. Sponsorships as well. You know, sometimes I have to pay for some things out of my own pocket. So because I studied and I work, I'm able to say, okay, I've got no one to buy me these shoes, but hey, I'm working, so I can buy myself those shoes. So you need to study. It's very important. And it also gives you an opportunity to have a voice in spaces.
All right, thank you very much, Palesa. It's been so great speaking to you. I could speak to you all day, but unfortunately that's all the time we have for now, and we wish you all the best. Looking forward to seeing you on that international stage very soon. That was South African hand cycling champion Palesa Manaleng.